Hello everybody, the Destroyer here, and welcome back to another cast of the Rise of the Witch King patch 2.02 version 5.0.1. Today we have a 4v4 on South Downs, which is a custom map, of course. Probably made by Maher. I'm not sure about that one. I think it is, though. Anyway, we'll take a look here. We have no mini-map, as you see there. So, I mean, you can see the dots pretty well, though. No matter what color you are on the black background, at least. Yeah, this map doesn't have a mini-map or something. Anyway, that's no big deal. We have Belsebub as Mordor there as our first player. Not very rare to see, of course, in my casts. We have Hombre as Isengard as his ally here, and GAARA as Angmar in the middle over here, and Yam. So let's call him Yam. Yam is dwarves there. So that's the first 4 players on the first team. The second opposing team is C12D13 is Goblins there. We have the middle player kYGo as the Elves. In the south we have Mayshadow as Isengard, and the final player, but no means least of course, is bushit as Angmar. Alright, so we have Angmar, Eisen, Elf, Goblin, so they're all different, and then we have Eisen, Angmar, Dwarf, and Mordor. Those are all different as well. Interesting. So there's no doubles of the same team on the same teams. That's intriguing. There are outposts here by a cave troll lair, and also over here somewhere. Without the mini-map, it's actually kind of hard to find things on the map. Seems there's an inn there by a cave troll. Surely there's another Huh, guess not. I guess one side has an inn, one side has an outpost. That's interesting. Usually it's mirrored, but I guess not in this case. We have a forward mine here for Yam. So he'll be getting his guys out towards this player Mayshadow here, who's building both of his Uruk pits very far away from his base there. That's an interesting strategy. He's getting some crossbows and some Uruk swordsmen there. I was going to say maybe we can get some pikes and then creep the troll very quickly and get the inn. So you can get Wildman, but who knows? It seems C12D13 is built a bit too close to this Warglair here, which I didn't even know was there. So now they'll begin attacking his stuff. Although, now that it's finished, it's far enough away, apparently. Weird. Alright, we have crossbows coming out there. Looks like he's going to try and bring down the troll with them. Good way to do that. Dwarves are doing the same with the Warglair over here. He's got some phalanxes there to get some creeping going on. Let's see what Belsebub's doing. Belsebub's going for cavalry, it looks like. So he's getting Haradrim Lancers and some Orc Warriors going. It's always good for one of your teammates in a 4v4 to at least one teammate to go for like full-on cavalry army, really, or just heavy on it. Cavalry armies can make the game pretty much. Make or break. Hombre's furnace is getting raided by some goblins here. C12. That's unfortunate. And we have some dire wolves been sent down to creep the Warglair here. Those bushits, dire wolves. Who's blue? Oh, those aren't blue. Those must be bushits. They're green. It's hard to tell sometimes. Yeah, bushit got some cavalry as well. Some warg riders. Or wolf riders, rather. I'm actually finding it harder to use this mini-map. Even though it shows where everything is, it's difficult to see for me. I don't know. So I'll have to keep my eyes peeled a bit. We do have a little engagement here between Mayshadow, Isengard player, and the dwarf player, Yam. Of course, and then Belsebub sending in some Mordor troops to engage and help. There's a single guardian over here. Looks like he will be cut down, though, of course. Mayshadow going for battering rams. What is this? That's an unusual tactic. But if you can keep them defended, they will do a massive amount of damage. Belsebub coming through with his Haradrim Lancers there. Doing a nice job of avoiding the pikes. He's probably the host, so I'd imagine either him or bushit is hosting. One of the two. If he's the host, of course, he has He'll have better micro around because he'll have less delay than everyone else. But I don't know if him or bushit are hosting. Can't say. Usually it's one of those two. Actually, it's been bushit lately in all the games I've played. Anyway, that's way off topic. We have Wildman Axors here for C12, so that's not a bad choice. Wildman Axors are great. They're cheap, spammable, and they're actually pretty effective. They're not super tanky or anything, but they actually can get the armor upgrade, as well as the Forged Blades upgrade in 2.02, so that's pretty nice. You can get them late game. They're actually kind of better than crossbows in a way, I feel. As they're much better at destroying buildings, also. Because their axes do good damage to structures. Seems the majority of the battles are going on down here, though. Which it sends some dire wolves. Not a unit you see too used oftenly. But they are fairly effective sometimes. Not always, but if you micro them around and use them correctly, look, you can get a nice quick flank off on these guys, and they do take down these guys fairly quickly. Also bringing his Rodgem Lancers in with these dwarves. Seems they are in their effective Creebine as well. So, of course, the northern team will be suffering a armor and damage penalty for that, being above their heads. And there it goes. It's gone now. At least they don't have to worry about that. It looks like Shadow did take the outpost, or the inn rather. He does have Wildman Dunlin for 150. Meanwhile, there is an Angmar army pushing in through the middle here. Looks like that would be GAARA. Indeed it is, and he does have himself a Waldar leading the army as well. So he has leadership for all his, well, the few Rudar units are in there. The orcs, of course, don't benefit from Waldar's leadership. We have a Haldir from kYGo, though. Would be nice for defense, I guess. And a Glorfindel as well might be from kYGo also. Yes, he has two heroes. Glorfindel is always good. Look at him go. Blade of Purity is beast mode. 100% damage, 100% armor. Just makes him so good. And then combine that with this freaking move. It's nasty. But it looks like Angmar is doing fairly well. Glorfindel, of course, or kYGo rather, the elf player is not on the Angmar team though. So at least he does have some forward and defense. These are bushits, I believe. Yep. Bush has some spearmen help him defend here. And it seems the dwarves are making ground with the help of Belsebub's Mordor team. So Yam doing quite a bit of damage to Shadow. Shadow is going to lose his forward base here, and that will shut down his production entirely until he can get this up. That is not good. And it seems the dwarves have also taken the inn, so he could get hobbits if he so desired, but he at least cut off the Wildmans from coming out. And Belsebub is going for Mūmakils, so that will be good. Always a good thing. I can get Mūmakil as Mordor. Mūmakil are so strong. They are ridiculously strong. They're expensive, and they can die fairly easily if not used correctly, but they also do massive amounts of damage and are kind of hard to stop sometimes. I fell victim to Mūmakil many a time. And as you'll see by the replay title of this game, it is Age of the Mūmix, is what the replay was titled, so I guess we'll be seeing a lot of those. Anyway, we have a Holdar's down here still cutting down a bunch of dwarves. He's up to level 2, which isn't really anything to speak of. That's a bushit Holdar, though. So at least it's a friendly one for the southern team. Isengard's fortress is holding fairly well. Seems those Axlers are actually targeting down this wall hub, which of course is not going to do anything. It's still building nonetheless. A couple of orc warriors from Belsebub trying to get this furnace down, but it looks like he'll be alright. And kYGo does have Mirkwood archers now. Mirkwood archers is actually very good for taking down Mūmakil. They do a lot of damage to the beasts. And they have exceptional range as well, which is really what you need against the Mūmakil, is the range. So he can't just charge you down and crush you. We have a big attack here from the Goblins, though. Looks like C12 going for a big attack against Hombre, the Isengard player. Although, looks like Belsebub has sent a Mūmakil, or a Mūmak rather, to engage and help out. Going for a charge, he does miss, as C12 does pull back his Goblin Archer army. That has all that's left of his army as well. Just a bunch of Goblin Archers. Not going to get too much done with that, as you would expect. Still a couple of orcs. You forgot to kill them all. There you go. That's how it's done. Yeah, the northern team is definitely in control here, I'd say. Especially with Mayshadow being a bit crippled at the moment. Although he has got his production buildings back up, so maybe he should be alright now. I would think. Now, Yam and Belsebub will push in on this side. Looks like Belsebub's also pushing in on this side. He's doing a good job multitasking. Looks like a devastation was used there. Let's take a look at powers real quick. There's a lot of players, so I'm not going to go through too much. We have a Fellwind, Snowbind, I guess we might as well. Rally Call, that's not Rally Call, War Chant. And then we have 750 command point limit for bushit, so he's doing good on economy wise. Belsebub has Sauron, Land, 11 power points, 700 command point limit, so a little less, but still pretty high up there in the farm stuff. His Mūmakil is doing good damage to that tunnel there, which is always nice. And let's see, kYGo, the elf player from the southern team, has heal, Rally Call, 5 power points and 520, so his economy's not nearly as good as the other people, but still not too bad. It's not in the 300s at least. That's usually bad. Belsebub continues to send spam out from his Mordor territories. Something he excels at, I found. As well, I'm gonna done them fighting to the lives. Of course, they're not gonna live. Let's go back over here. Anyway, C12, the Goblin player, has Land, War Chant, 4 power points, 5 power points now, and 600 command point limits. Yam, the Dwarf player, has heal, Rally Call, 6 power points, and 350 command point limits. So Yam's actually lost a lot of his mines. He needs to rebuild those immediately if he wants to stay in the game. Otherwise, he won't be able to fund his war against Isengard very well. Although with Belsebub's help, maybe he will. His army, standing army, is still pretty strong. He does have a Prince Brand as well. So he's by no means out of the game just because he has a low economy. We have Devastation, as you saw used there. We have War Chant, Crewbind, and 400 command point limit for Mayshadow. So his economy's not doing great either. But at least he has Devastation to make up for it. GAARA, the Angmar player in the center there in the top team. Ooh, things are going not so well for C12, it seems. He's losing a lot. Anyway, GAARA has Fellwind, War Chant, 3 power points, 725 command point limits. And Hombre, Isengard player, Devastation, War Chant, Crewbind, 5 power points, 600 command point limits. That's all so far. Probably won't look too much at that until it gets late game and the big powers are used. We'll focus on the battles for now. It seems C12 is safe for now, with the help of kYGo. So he's managed to save his ally, which is good. And we have a big attack from the Angmar player GAARA coming into the center, led by a Morgrimir and a Hwaldar, it seems. I thought I saw Morgrimir at least. Did I? Maybe I'm hallucinating. I could have swore I saw a Hwaldar or a Morgrimir there. Maybe I didn't. I don't see him. Never mind, it's just Hwaldar. Either he's hard to spot or I don't see him. There's another Mūmakil. Trampling about. He's going wild with the Mūmakil bits. Mūmakil pens, rather. There's one out there, he's got another one there. So yeah, I can see why this game is titled Age of the Mūmakil. Definitely makes sense. We have alerts out here for Hombre. He's up to level 2. Zeke Force gets level, is it 5? Yeah, he gets leadership, which is always nice to have. Leadership makes a huge difference. So it's always recommended that you try and get leadership for your army if you can. But I mean, it's always going to help. I mean, you could always substitute with a War Chant or something. There is a Morgrimir. I knew I wasn't hallucinating. Good. Although he's being walked over. Oh no, he's fortunately for him, he's an ally of Belsebub, so he won't be walked over and killed by Angmar. Glorfindel being thrown from his horse with Fellwind. Will he get killed off though? He might. kYGo needs to pull him back. There's just too much Angmar force there, I think. Things seem okay over here for now. Although there is a big attack coming in from Hombre to the back. Lots and lots of Axors. What was that? Oh, it was a Troll Stone Thrower from bushit there. Also, that Morgrimir might have been bushits. Both Angmar players are green, which is not helpful. I hate that. I don't like that there's 2 greens, to be honest. There's enough colors in the rainbow spectrum to not use 2 greens, I think. I think the dark green should be taken out entirely of the color thing. Just 'cause it's hardest to see on the mini-map. I wish all colors were kind of bright. Not too bright, but bright enough to see on the mini-map at least. Purple, light green, pretty easy to see. Blue's pretty easy to see. Red, yeah. Red's kind of hard to see the words when people talk though. I have noticed. Anyway, random tangents aside. Seems the Goblin player is trying to recover here. With the help of his allies, he should be able to do so fairly well. Who controls the outpost? Seems Hombre does. Trying to keep it alive there. We have attack from Belsebub and the other player, GAARA, of course. Angmar player. There's summon whites from bushit there. Good power to throw down the archer line. They do pretty good damage. And of course, they heal up every attack, which makes them sometimes hard to kill if they are just keep hitting things. This is definitely bushit's holder, I think. What level is he at? He's at level 5, so he does have the summon Hillman ability, which is very useful indeed. Also nice to summon in the archer lines. Turns out. Belsebub's got a Mūmakil, 2 Mūmakils here to help defend the dwarf player. So Ponyam, Ponyam. I don't know. I don't know how you want to pronounce it. I'm just going to pronounce it Yam because that's what it says when I read it. Well, it looks like the elves have captured the outpost here, so he'll be benefiting from the money boost. That's always nice. It seems Haldir and some Mirkwoods will hold that down for now. And now Hombre will fall back to his base. He does have a level 3 clan studying, so he can pump out the axe throwers pretty quickly, actually. It's quite handy, I'd imagine. Of course, with the design of this map, there are hills in the middle here. So the middle player is on a hill. A hillock with a bunch of entrances to it. It's a cool map. I do like this map quite a bit. I don't play it nearly enough, that's for sure. For sure. But it is a good map. There might have been a mini-map fix for this, I just don't have it. I think somebody did something with that or something, but I'm not positive. I'll look into that at some point. Or perhaps this was recorded before the mini-map fix one. I might actually have a version of the map with it fixed, but this replay is not on that map specifically, I guess. That fixed version. Morgmir is level 4 now. Level 5 he does get the Morgul Blade, which is always nice. But of course he's going to need to get out of there. Is that bushit's Morgmir or is that the other one? It's GAARA's Morgmir. Like I said, kind of hard to tell with the green on green. I did hear a summon Wildman. I don't know exactly where it is though. Back here? Oh Jesus. Well, Mayshadow's base is gone. Holy crap, look at all these Mūmakil. Mayshadow's been defeated. I guess that's what happens when there's that many Mūmakil. Apologies I didn't get there sooner, but I did not notice. That's the problem with 44, a lot happened on the map. It can be hard to focus on. It's a Goblin player pushing in here against Isengard. He's got a lot of Goblins. We'll see how well that goes. Meanwhile, Belsebub and his Angmar ally will begin pushing in towards the center here. Center player, of course, is kYGo, the elf. I don't think he has the defense necessary to counter this many Mūmakil. Although he did bring one down. So perhaps he does, indeed. Oh, there's 3 over here. Wait. Yeah, he's got 3. Jesus. That is insane. And of course we do have GAARA sending in Angmar troops as well. Let's see how the Goblin invasion is going here. He has lots and lots of Goblin archers. With bushit sending in his backup troll stone throwers, he might get a lot of damage done. If he can keep those safe, then they'll be free to shoot structures. Although they're fairly effective against Wildman axe spam, I guess, as well. Goblin's pulling back a bit. C12 feeling like he needs to be a little closer to the troll stone throwers, which is fair. Oh, we have a blight. Turning an entire army into whites. That's unfortunate. Whose whites, I wonder? Bushits. So bushit throwing down that to kill off the invading force. Which seems to have been plentiful, as there's a lot of whites here. Looks like the dwarf tried to shake foundation. Well, he did shake foundation, the elven barracks, so it can't produce any troops for now. And it did a fairly good amount of damage. But of course that won't destroy it, so with the fall of him, he'll be free to keep building his Mirkwoods as he pleases. There's this double-headed Mūmakil. Oh, never mind. That would be insane. A two-headed elephant. Be pretty cool, actually. But it's facing down a lot of orc archers that do have a war chant buff, it seems. So probably not the best of ideas. Not alone, at least. Also sending in Haradrim archers as well as Mūmakil to help defend. We do have attack from GAARA in the south as well here. We'll go there in a second. I just want to see the Mūmakil walk over these guys. Ah yes, nothing like the crunch of goblins to get your day going right. And there we go, here's GAARA going in for an attack here against the elven player. Or anyone in the south, really. Seems meanwhile bushit is pushing in this way. Trying to take out anything over here that Belsebub and the dwarf player Yam have built up. Unfortunately, this army is running unchecked, taking out economy building left and right. And they should be able to get right to bushit's base, which actually does have a few defenses on it. So he'll be fine over there, I think, maybe. Up here, though, is a different story, as there is still 4 Mūmakil trampling about. Seems we do have a mountain giant trying to counter us. How good are mountain giants' rocks against a Mūmakil, I wonder? Not very good when they're not hitting. Let's see. They're okay. Not that great, actually, considering the speed of the attack. The fact that the Mūmakil can keep going. But 4 Mūmakil on C12's base. Gonna be absolutely devastating. This Mūmakil will fall fairly shortly, but I think these 3 will stand. Perhaps Belsebub should just walk it south and trample these guys. It is a good attack to keep your Mūmakil in hold ground stance, so they do become tankier, because they're already slow. They don't really get a benefit, or negative ability or whatever, a debuff, so to speak. For being in hold ground stance, you have a slow, but it really doesn't affect a Mūmakil too much, just because they're basically slow anyway. It's a good tip to keep in mind. But of course, when you're hitting a structure and you're not taking damage in return, it's still good to go in aggressive stance, as you just do a little bit more damage. And if you're not taking any in your turn, no reason not to. And it looks like C12 gonna fall here. For sure, there's 2 fully healed Mūmakil, as well as some fully upgraded Isengard troops to boot. He's got his axes and his armor upgrades for his Wildman axe lords as well. And this base will be cleaned up shortly. And well, bushit looks like he pushed in for an attack, and he is falling back now. His base has been under siege also by GAARA. Are these GAARAs? Nope, those are bushits. These are GAARAs. GAARA's sending in some more spearmen. Those won't make it very far, though. Seems this northern team is benefiting from darkness as well, so that's always nice. Ah, they got an eagle. Eagles are excellent against Mūmakil. Look how well it's doing. Now he'll need to get out of there before those axe lords kill him off. Might be too late. Oh, kYGo actually got defeated there. Probably quit out at this point, I would imagine. That leaves bushit all alone. Lonely bushit. He has a fairly sizable base, but I don't see him winning against 4 players. As good as he may be, that would be pretty tough odds, I think. So we have a Isengard army. It looks like the Mūmakils have all been killed off, though. There are more on the way. Of course, Belsebub keeping up with his theme of I like elephants quite a bit. So let's build them in mass. Could also go for Black Raiders if you wanted to. Just have a fully upgraded siege works. So I guess bushit's going to hold down for as long as possible, or at least until he quits out of the game. or is destroyed. So that's fine, commendable. It's going to be quite the defense, though, I'd imagine. Going to be a little tough. He does have the frost upgrade on his fort, though, which will make his, of course, his trebuchets use the frost damage and the ice arrow towers as well. Pretty nice. Sounds like Lurtz fell. Isengard's army is getting torn to pieces in this attack. The Dark Rangers, in conjunction with the fort, actually holding off very nicely. It seems freezing rain has been used by somebody. I don't know why you would use freezing rain. Doesn't that override your allies' darkness? Potentially. Ah, it seems bushit got his level 25 power. Obliterating that army. Beautiful. And then he quits out. As, as you might expect. Well, that was entertaining enough. Pretty good little 4v4 there on South Downs. We got to see a lot of Mūmakil, which is always nice. So, that was good. But well played to both teams. I thought that was a pretty entertaining game. And I hope you did as well. So I will see you guys in the next cast of the Rise of the Witch King patch 2.02. So see you guys next time.